Apparently it is not meant to be done that way today. So we'll just do it this way. So good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday. A couple of announcements, which is the Mindful Healers podcast today is called What Love Would Do, my favorite question and topic. And I really encourage you to take a listen. And it's also going to be the theme of this class. And there's just so much juicy nuggets in that. And it comes up in so many spaces in our lives, including in our relationships with ourselves, which is what we'll focus on in this class. And then next weekend, I haven't decided when I'm going to teach yoga yet, because I am teaching 2 shorter yoga classes for mindful.org and the Mindfulness for Healthcare Summit, and I have to record them. And I think that I'm someone who enjoys doing these live with other people. So I think what I'm going to do is offer 2 30-minute classes, which I will record and use for that, and offer them to you. So I have to figure out when to do that. But if you have a request for when a 30-minute shorter class would work sometime next weekend, send me a message, because it's I'm very flexible. I also am very attached to doing an hour yoga class on the weekend, so I might have to offer both, just throwing that out there. But if you send me a request or let me know when you might like a 30-minute class, or even during the week, I have to do them before May 7th, 2 of them. So I will offer them, and I would love to get your feedback. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up is this week I'm doing a Women in Medicine session for the San Francisco Marin Medical Society. I'm the chair of the Physician Wellness Group, and I'm doing this book club once again on Good Morning, I Love You. And I wanted to offer, I went back and listened to the book club that we had in the Mindful Healthcare Collective on this. And if any of you did not come to that book club, or even if you were there, it's magical. And I didn't remember it. And I really encourage you to take a listen, because the tips about being kind to yourself and finding ways to be compassionate, and the harm in not doing that is just, it's really powerful, with lots of different voices of colleagues and friends. And so it is actually posted on the same YouTube where you find yoga. You just kind of have to search down. It was in December, so you'll have to go down and find it. But I just enjoyed it so much. So I wanted to share that, because sometimes the treasures get hidden in the back, and I didn't realize what a treasure it was. So check it out. And with that, I wanted to get started on yoga and offer to all of you to find a comfortable seat on your mat and ask this question of yourself: what would love do? And my answer this morning is do mindful yoga with me on Zoom and in your box and on your mat with yourself. And why is this what love would do? And it's because what love would do is send your self-love first. And so as you settle into your mat and ground your sit bones into the earth, tilt your pelvis forward slightly, grow your spine long and tall towards the sky, and drop your shoulders. Take in a long, deep inhale through your nose or through your mouth, and a long, smooth exhale. And once again, a long, deep inhale, and a huge exhale. And with each breath, breathe in love for yourself. And breathe out on the exhale, whatever gets in the way of that. And I know for many of you, finding love for yourself is difficult. And perhaps just soften and just notice it as just sort of a love, maybe not a fancy, complex thing, but just this sense of showing up, accepting and loving and kind. And notice how it feels to think about that when you think about yourself. Can you be accepting, loving, and kind? And bring your left hand atop your heart and your right hand atop. Once again, that practice that comes from good morning, I love you. And without having to say anything, just press in gently, sending yourself some love, compassion, and acceptance. And reminding yourself of the physiology, that your heart feeds itself first. And from there, with a full heart, we can feed everyone else. But if we don't take this time on our mat, practicing what love would do for ourselves, we don't have that fullness, an expansive diastole to give to systole, to give to everyone else. Take a long, deep inhale once again, and a huge exhale. Notice your heart fill more fully. And I wanted to offer this class in a lighthearted spirit as a date with yourself or date night with yourself. I came across this concept actually, sadly, from a well-respected yoga teacher who died recently of cancer. But she talked about how yoga was like a date with yourself. And date night is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. You find connection, you discover new things about yourself and the other person. It's about growing flexibility and strengthening the core of your relationship. And in yoga, it's about strengthening yourself. So can you treat this class today as a bit of a date night and have some fun with it? And take in one long, deep inhale once again, and an exhale. Press that left hand into your heart gently once again. I wanted to share a poem I've shared before called The Goal of Yoga. And it's also, in many ways, the goal of date night. So the goal of yoga is not the handstand. The yoga pose is not the goal. Becoming flexible is not the goal. Standing on your hands is not the goal. The goal is to create space where you were once stuck, to unveil layers of protection you've built around your heart, to appreciate your body and become aware of the mind and the noise it creates, to make peace with who you are. The goal is to love, well, you. Come to your yoga mat to feel, not to accomplish. Shift your focus and your heart will grow. So today, I hope that our hearts will grow, our minds will grow, our spirit will grow, and our strength will grow, and that we'll have a little bit of fun along the way. Bring your hands to heart center. Press those thumbs into your sternum. And take a moment to just connect with how you might see yourself doing that. Maybe soft and gentle. It may be slow, maybe fast. It may be pushing a little bit harder or letting go. Whatever it might be for you, take a moment here to just focus with what that might look like. And then slowly lower your hands to your thighs and open your eyes. Roll your shoulders back 3 times and enjoy it. Notice all the kinks and pops and roll them forward 3 times and enjoy that. Inhale, both arms, reach them up towards the sky, palms face one another. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up high, reach them tall, tall, tall towards the sky and ground your sit bones into the earth. Take a deep inhale here. Reach towards the sky, ground into the earth. And on the exhale, round your spine, suck your navel in towards your back and just enjoy it. Inhale, reach tall, slight arch towards the sky, a little bit back. Exhale, round and suck your navel in. Once again, inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, release your arms, interlace your fingers. Press your hands into the side walls. Engage every muscle in your arms. Pinch those scapula together and notice how it feels. Wrap your arms around one another in front. Eagle pose, right arm under the left. Grasp your thumbs or your palms, whatever works for you. Raise your elbows to shoulder height and pause. Inhale, lift them up an inch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift them up an inch. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round your spine, drop your head and neck into the cradle of your arms. Take a deep breath into the back body, nourishing your heart space. And exhale, let it go. Once again, deep inhale into that heart space. And exhale, release and let it all go. Inhale, raise your elbows back up to shoulder height. Exhale, untangle your arms, press them into the side walls. Take a moment here, pinch your scapula together. Once again, feel the release there and let it go. Wrap your arms in the opposite direction. So left arm under the right, grasp your thumbs. Inhale, lift your elbows to shoulder height. Exhale, pause. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Once again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower your head and neck into the cradle of your arms. Elbows come towards your chest or upper abdomen. Release everything. Breathe deeply into that space in the back, sending love and compassion there. And let it go. Notice if you allow it or if you sort of resist it and try to push it away. And if that's the case, just offer it a little bit of space. Inhale, lift your shoulders back up to shoulder height. Exhale, untangle them, press them into the side walls and lower them towards the earth. Once again, roll your shoulders out 3 times and enjoy it. And roll them forward 3 times and enjoy that. Take the block or whatever you may be sitting on, or if you're not sitting on anything, out from underneath you, and come to hands and knees. Take a moment to find what works for you. If you have bony knees or your knees are tender, grab a blanket or something to support them. Open all of your fingers wide, equal pie shapes between each finger. Press your palms into the earth. Engage your arms. Engage your belly. Focus on your navel. Ground the tops of your feet into the earth. Everything is strong and engaged. Take a breath here and just notice how you feel. Stretch your right leg long behind you. Even your hips out so they're square to the earth. On the next inhale, raise your right arm and left arm and right leg in opposite directions. Reach your fingers long towards the front and your heel long towards the back. Everything engaged, and draw your attention to your center. With love and compassion, noting how strong you are, how balanced you are, how steady you can be in the midst of tippiness. You may notice little wiggles and wobbles and shakes. Breathe into it. Inhale and exhale. Bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, stretch long in either direction. Exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, stretch long in either direction. Exhale, lower your hand and lower your knee. Come back to tabletop. Even things out. Take a moment once again to find your center and your grounding through your hands, through your knees, through the tops of your feet, and through your navel. Stretch that left leg long behind you. Ankle is flexed, toes on the earth. Inhale, raise your left foot about 6 inches to hip height. Make sure your hips are flat towards the earth, square towards the earth. Notice if you've wobbled or tipped. Next, inhale, raise your right arm, Right fingers reach long in front, left heel reaches long in back. Focus on your core. Stretch and reach as long as you can. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. It's kind of a hug. Inhale, stretch long, reach your fingers long in either direction. Heel presses towards the back wall. Exhale, a nice hug underneath you, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long, reach long. Exhale, lower everything back down towards the earth. Bring your knees to the outer edge of the mat, sink your hips back, come down into child's pose. Hips sink towards your heels. Wiggle your fingers long in front of you. As far as you can forward, keep wiggling. And then lower your third eye towards the earth, your forehead. Connect downward. Your forehead sinks into the earth and your hips reach downward towards the earth. Deep inhale into your chest here. Feed your own heart first. And exhale, let it go. And notice where and how the breathing works best for you. Is it longer, deeper, fuller inhales, shorter inhales? What do you have space for? Exhale, let it go. Take a moment here to notice something about yourself that you would never change. As if you were going on a date with yourself. What do you appreciate about that date? Is it your spirit, your enthusiasm? We're all experts in knowing what we think we need to change or improve. But what about you do you love and wouldn't change for the world? Draw that into your chest and heart space with each breath. Just allow it to sit there and nourish you for a moment. Two more breaths here. Enjoy the release in the hips as they sink down and low. Grounded into the earth through your third eye. And notice perhaps the warmth and tingling in your chest. When you're ready, slowly come back to hands and knees. Find your center. Reconnect those palms and all 10 fingers with kindness and gentleness into the earth. Knees are hips width. Tops of the feet connect and brush down towards the earth. Inhale, arch and come into cow pose. Notice all the stretching of the muscle fibers in your back and in your abdomen. Heart shines light towards the front of the mat. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, suck your navel up towards the sky. Round your back like that cat, just stretching and enjoying fully. The cats know how to do it. Thinking of Marjorie's cat and Anne Kennard's cat, who often join us. Inhale, come back to cow pose. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Heart shines light towards the front of the mat. Sit bones reach upward. Notice all the stretch and deliciousness in the front of the abdomen and the chest here. Take a moment to let it in. Exhale, round your spine, suck your navel up towards the sky, stretch like a cat fully and enjoy it, just like they do. Allow the joy and the pleasure. And slowly come back to hands and knees, tabletop. Walk your hands forward a handprint, curl those toes under and shoot your hips up into downward dog. And enjoy this. Walk your heels as if you're walking the dog. Perhaps fast, perhaps slow. Take time here to notice what works for you. that's part of date night, right? Everyone's showing up with what's they would like, need, want. And here's your chance to do this for yourself. Bend your left knee, press straight your right, press that right heel into the earth and enjoy it. Bend the right knee, press the left heel into the earth and enjoy it. Lift up onto both tiptoes, heels reach high, high, high. Press into your hands, engage your arms, shoot your hips back and up. Your forehead lowers towards the earth, it doesn't touch, but notice this and enjoy it. Press long through your arms, your spine is stretched completely, hips reach up towards the sky, high up on your tiptoes, and slowly lower your heels towards the earth. Just notice how it feels. Ground into your hands and into your left foot. Inhale, raise your right leg towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hip, roll your right ankle out in one direction and then the other, and enjoy it. Notice how it feels. Is it even a little bit fun? Square your hips once again. Gently bring your right leg between your hands. Come into Asana or low lunge. For me, this is one of the most nourishing poses. And actually, I have no idea why, but I love it. And I would offer that notice what you love in yoga. So the right foot wiggles forward, right toes wiggle forward gently. So your right ankle is in front of your knee. Your back knee is on the earth, back toes are untucked. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. And exhale, sink down into the hips gently. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. And exhale, sink into the hips. And if this isn't a nourishing pose for you, ask yourself, could it be? What could you love about it? What does feel good about it? Inhale, lengthen, reach those fingertips, stretch tall towards the sky. And exhale, sink into the hips gently. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together. Press your thumbs into your sternum and close your eyes for a moment. And just enjoy it. Kind of like that sip of fine wine on date night. Inhale into that pocket behind your heart, fill it up. And exhale, let it go. Lower your hands on either side of your front foot. Fold forward, curl your back toes, and rise up into a high lunge. Ground your left hand into the earth, twist towards the right. Right fingers reach towards the sky. Left palm grounds into the earth. Left leg is completely straight. Inhale into that pocket behind the heart that pops open here. Deep breath into it. Exhale, wrap your right hand into your left hip crease. Roll that right shoulder open. Deep inhale once again. Fill up your chest with nourishment and love, care, compassion. Exhale. Reach your right arm up towards the sky once again and lower it to the outside of your right foot. Straight your right leg and your left leg. We're going to come into long pyramid pose like we did last week. If you need, you can hop that back foot forward slightly. In long pyramid, your back heel is off the ground. Both legs are straight. You're going to tuck your right hip back and your left hip forward. You'll notice a lot of stretch in lots of different spots. If you need, you can use blocks or you can stay with your spine straight, reaching forward like a half lift, whatever works for your legs. Breathe into the back of that right leg. Huge inhale and exhale, let it go. Once again, huge inhale and exhale. Lift up onto the tiptoes of the back foot. Press off of it and press forward. Jump towards the front of the mat into a forward fold. Wide feet, wide stance, knees are bent. Allow your head and neck to release completely. Hands come to your elbows. And just enjoy the sway here. Shift into your toes, into your heels, to the right and to the left. Notice all of it and enjoy it. Release your elbows and bring your hands to your sacrum. Reclasp your fingers. Shoot your fists up towards the sky. Straight your elbows and allow your hands to fall towards the front of the mat. Head and neck release towards the floor. Knees are still bent. You'll notice perhaps some tingling or stretch back in the neck, between the scapula. Notice what works for you. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down like monkey toes to help you balance. Shift your weight gently into your toes and into your heels. Shift to the right here and to the left. Bend your left knee straight to right and twist a little bit to the right. Huge breath into the shoulder blades, into the front of the right shoulder, sending nourishment everywhere, all the way through both arms, all the way out to your fingers. Exhale, come back to center. Bend your right knee straight your left, twist gently to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more breath here. All the way out through that left hand, reach it towards the sky. Exhale, come back to center. Bring your hands back to your sacrum. Allow them to run down the backs of your legs. Engage your core and slowly, slowly, slowly roll up to stand. Head will be the last to rise. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. Just notice how you feel as you arrive. And roll your shoulders forward 3 times. Close your eyes as you do this. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears as high as they can go. Draw them back towards the back of the mat. Pinch your scapula together. Notice all the sensations with love there. And lower your hands towards the front of the mat. Palms open and light towards the front. Close your eyes. Lift up all 10 toes once again and lower them down. Lift your kneecaps up gently. Engage your thighs. Tuck your pelvis. Engage your core. Grow your spine long and tall. Heart is light in the chest. Lengthen your neck. Reach the crown of your head towards the sky and drop your shoulders with loving intention. Deep inhale into your chest here. Nourish yourself first. And exhale, let it go. Once again, deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to heart center. Press those palms together. Connect each finger pad, little finger, 4th finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, thumbs. Palms connect. Notice the skin to skin sensations. Notice how good you can make yourself feel by paying attention to those. Press the thumbs into the sternum, connect with your heart space underneath, and take a moment and notice how your heart feels. Inhale, lower your hands towards your sides, reach them out and up towards the sky. Palms come together, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, lower down. Ground your hands into the mat, step back for plank, top of the push-up. Pause for a moment. Notice how strong you are. Tip your weight forward onto your tiptoes. Ground down through your hands. Bend your elbows. Draw them in towards your torso. As you lower down, you can bend your knees and untuck your toes. Come down into chaturanga. Towards the earth. Forehead touches the earth. Weight is out of your hands. Inhale, lift up for low cobra. Heart shines forward. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, once again, low cobra. Reach your crown of your head towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Press into your hands, curl your toes, come back through hands and knees to downward dog. And pause there and enjoy. Take a moment to get organized. Notice how often in our lives we skip the organized moments. Even on date night, when you don't just pause and look around and notice what's happening, where you are, who you're with, how you feel. Use those transitions and those pauses to be present in the pause, right here. Notice all 10 fingers ground into the earth, your palm ground into the earth, arms straight and strong, hips reach up towards the sky. Ground the right ball of the foot into the earth. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips, roll your ankle in either direction and enjoy it. Re-square your hips. Extend your left foot back towards the back wall. Gently bring your foot between your hands. Come into Anjali Asana, low lunge on this side. Back knee comes towards the earth. Untuck the back toes. Wiggle your left fingers towards the front of the mat. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. And exhale, sink down into your hips. If your knee hurts, put something under the back knee. Fold the mat over. Tuck it underneath. Make it nourishing. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, sink into the hip. Make sure your left knee does not extend beyond your left ankle, and if it does, wiggle the toes forward. Inhale once again, stretch tall towards the sky. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale once again, and exhale. Bring your hands to heart center once again. Press the thumbs into your sternum, palms connect together. Enjoy the skin to skin connection of each finger pad and your palms. Notice it. Close your eyes here for a moment if you can. Notice all the sensations, good and bad. Breathe into them. Breathe into the front of that right hip with loving care. And exhale, let the tension melt away. Breathe into that pocket behind your heart. Fill yourself first, nourish yourself. Allow that heart to fill completely. Exhale, let things go and open your eyes. Lower your hands to either side of that left foot. Curl your back toes under and lift up to high lunge. Ground your right palm into the earth. Twist towards the left. Reach your left fingers up towards the sky. Back leg is straight and the ball of your foot, back foot grounds into the earth. Inhale into the pockets of your chest that open up here. Exhale, take your left hand, tuck it into the right hip crease. Roll your left shoulder open. Breathe into the chest here. Fill every nook and cranny up. And exhale, let it go. Reach that left hand up towards the sky once again. Exhale, bring it back to the outside of the left foot. Straight your left leg, straight your right leg. Come into high pyramid, long pyramid. You may want to hop that back foot forward like a footprint or two, but keep it long. Back heels off the ground, both legs are straight. Tack your left hip back, right hip forward. Welcome in all the plethora of sensations. Notice them and enjoy them. Knowing that even with love, it doesn't always feel good. And even allowing some of the challenge leads to feeling better. Some of the work is what makes it feel so wonderful and beautiful, even with you. The goal is not perfection. It's making space, getting unstuck, letting go of whatever's trapped in the back of that left hamstring. And we think from a physiologic perspective, it's muscle tightness, but we carry a lot of emotion in the hamstrings as well. So just send the breath there and allow it to melt and soften just gently. It doesn't have to leave, but maybe you can just soften it. Heal yourself first. Often on date night, things don't go away, but just softening, hearing two different perspectives, allowing some sense of peace. Allow that in the back of that left leg here. It's not a war between the tight muscles and letting go. One more last deep breath into that left leg. Lift up onto your back tiptoes and step forward to a forward fold. Ground yourself, find the spot that you are grounded and centered into the earth. Have fun with it a little bit. Release your hands from the earth, engage your belly, and slowly, slowly, slowly roll up to stand. Head will be the last to rise. And notice how you feel when you get there. Deep breath into the chest. And exhale, let it go. Shrug those shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back towards the back of the mat. Pinch your scapula together. Enjoy all those tingles there. And exhale, lower your hands, palms open towards the front. Tadasana or mountain pose. A pose of groundedness and strength. Just enjoy it for a moment. Enjoy the tingles, enjoy the resettling. I'm gonna do dancer pose here. Part for fun, in part since we're having a date with ourselves, and because it's often challenging. And so realizing that we can be kind to ourselves and have fun even when we're working on something challenging. So in that spirit, ground your left foot into the earth, lift up all 5 toes and lower them down. Square your hips so they are parallel to the earth. Bend your right knee, run your right hand along your right thigh, raise your right knee towards hip height. Draw your hand down the front of your shin to your ankle and draw your ankle back up towards your buttocks. Re-square your hips so they're even. If you can see yourself on Zoom, you can actually see if they're out of line. It's kind of fun. Press the right heel towards your right buttock. Inhale, raise your left hand up towards the sky. Deep inhale into the chest here. Root downward through that left foot, reach tall towards the sky, and exhale, tip forward gently. Torso tips forward, right foot presses into the right hand, and tip forward as far as you can. Breathe here, notice the wiggles and the wobbles. Maybe you can't go too far. Maybe you need to come back upright. Maybe you tip and start again. It's all good and fun. Can you enjoy the process? If you're tipped forward, rise back upright. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Bring that left hand back along the left hip. Release the right foot and come back to center. Just shake it out. You may notice some cramping in that left ankle and roll the left ankle out with kindness. It served you well, did some work, did its best. Re-ground your feet into the earth. Ground the right foot into the earth. Lift up all 5 toes and lower them down like monkey toes. They're going to root downward to help you balance. Bring your left knee up to hip height, left hand atop your left thigh. Run your fingers down the front of the left shin to your ankle and bring your ankle to your buttock behind. Even your hips out so they're square. Inhale your right arm up towards the sky. Take a pause here and just notice how it feels. Deep breath in, extend long in both directions. On the exhale, tip your torso forward, press your left foot into your hand, and come forward as far as you can. You may notice you're much more stable on one side than the other, or not. Ground downward through that right foot and out through the right hand. Just enjoy all the sensations. Press the top of the left foot into your hand. Reach backwards with strength. and enjoy it. Notice your heart, notice the wiggles, notice the wobbles. It's all part of it. Can you have fun? Slowly bring your right hand back up towards the sky and your torso upright. Lower your right hand to your right hip. Release your left hand, lower it down, shake it out, wiggle your hips. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. And forward 3 times. And then come down to your mat, to a comfortable seat. You can sit on a blanket if you wish, but it's not necessary. Ground those sit bones into the earth underneath you and come into a loose cross-legged pose. We're going to come into double pigeon, which is one of my favorites. It's a big release, but also for me, very much a loving kindness pose. You can do it in 2 ways. You can have your right ankle in front of your left knee in a loose cross-legged pose, or you can pick up your right ankle and place it atop your left knee. And even sitting here upright, you'll notice a release in that right hip. Ground your sit bones into the earth, reach your spine towards the sky and drop your shoulders. And just notice with compassion how perhaps good this feels. I find it very helpful after sitting in a chair for a long time. It just releases everything. Breathe into the chest space and exhale, let it go. So my offering today would actually be, if you can have the right ankle atop the left knee, to sit here, spine straight and tall, chest puff forward and crown of the head reach towards the sky. It has a different energy to it than the folding forward pigeon pose. If that doesn't work for your knee, have your right ankle in front of your left knee and hinge forward at the waist, walk your hands forward and pause where you feel the stretch there. Different energy, different pose, but lots of benefit either way. If your hands are on the earth, spread your fingers, press your palms into the earth, and just notice the loose and light connection with the earth below. Draws energy up through your arms, into your chest, and down into that heart space. And then notice with tenderness the right hip and all the sensations you might feel. If your right knee is bugging you, wiggle the right ankle forward a little bit. And tip forward more in the pelvis and puff your chest out forward. And for those of you that are upright, one more long, deep breath here. And a long, smooth exhale. For those of you that are folded forward, come back upright. And for all of us, we will untangle our legs long in front, stretch them, lay it long, rock side to side on your sit bones, move the flesh of your seat out of the way, ground those sit bones downward, tip forward in your pelvis, chest puffs out with intention towards the front, and exhale, hinge forward at your hips. You can have your hands at your waist. Knees are loosely bent and fold forward, reaching your chest towards your knees. Wherever it feels comfortable, you'll notice a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. Toes are flexed towards your nose, ankles are flexed towards your nose. Lots of sensations, abundance of sensations in the backs of the legs, sending love and compassion there. Deep breath in, your heels ground into the earth, sit bones ground into the earth. Chest puffing forward with intention. Deep breath in and let it go. Bring your hands towards beside your knees and slowly let everything go. Rise your torso back up towards the sky. Notice your hips ground downward as you do that. Wiggle your toes. Enjoy them, play with them. And then gently bend your knees and come into an easy cross-legged position on the other side. Left leg in front of the right knee. Move the flesh of your seat once again. It's there to make a nice soft landing, but it also can get in the way. If possible, right hand to left ankle, pick up that left ankle and place it atop the right knee. Notice your sit bones even out and ground downward, and notice the release in the left thigh. If you can stay here, rest your hands lightly on your thighs, tilt your pelvis forward slightly and grow your spine long and tall towards the sky. Close your eyes and just enjoy this release, a very strong, grounded release. If this doesn't work for you, left ankle is in front of the right knee. Hinge at the waist, spine is straight. Reach your chest forward and hinge forward. Place your hands gently on the floor in front of that left shin, wherever they work. You can wiggle them forward gently. Notice the earth and the floor underneath. Widen all 10 fingers and draw the earth's energy up through your arms into that chest space. Just notice all the sensations here, a couple of breaths. Let it go. Another deep breath in. Slowly walk your hands back up towards your shins. If you're upright, begin to open your eyes, let the light in, and slowly untangle your feet. Once again, lengthen them long in front, move the flesh of your sit bones. Bend your right knee, bring your right foot alongside your left knee. Take your hands, grab the front of your right shin, pick up that right leg and put it on the outside of the left thigh. Drawing your knee in towards you with your hands, kind of a gentle hug. Ground the left heel into the earth, left toes connect, reach back towards you. Take your left hand, wrap it around your right leg, give yourself a hug, ground your sit bones into the earth, grow your spine long and tall. Take your right hand and place it on the earth behind you. Fingertips brush gently into the earth. Inhale, lengthen your spine towards the sky, and exhale, twist towards the right gently. Giving yourself a hug, grounding into the earth and letting go all at the same time. Inhale, reach tall, and exhale, twist. Knowing you can hold all of those different feelings at the same time. Inhale, reach tall, and exhale, twist gently towards the right. Slowly unwind and untangle. Come back to center. Wrap your fingers, interlace them in front of that right shin. Pick up the right foot. Bring it back to the right side of the left knee and extend it long in front. Ground those sit bones into the earth once again. Bend your left knee. Hands interlace on the shin. Draw the foot towards you. Pick up that left leg, place the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Ground your sit bones into the earth. Grow your spine long and tall. Take your right hand, hug the left knee, twist towards the left. Take your left hand, tense the fingers on the earth behind you. Inhale, grow your spine long and tall. And exhale, bring it out gently towards the left. All movements with gentle, loving kindness. Inhale deeply. And exhale, twist. Close your eyes and sort of enjoy the deliciousness of this part of date night. Inhale, lengthen tall, fill yourself up. And exhale, twist and enjoy. One more breath. Exhale, let it go. Gently unwrap and untangle. Come back towards the front. Take your left hand and wrap it around that left knee. Twist gently towards the right, a gentle counter twist. Right fingertips land behind you. Release everything to the right and come back to center. Interlace your hands on the left shin. Pick up the left foot. Bring it back to the left side of the right knee. Lengthen your legs long in front. From here, ground your sit bones into the earth. Legs are straight. Arms reach out parallel to your legs and slowly roll back with intention, coming to lie on the mat. Move slowly, kindly. Reach your arms up towards the sky and allow them to fall onto the earth above you, stretching your fingertips long towards the top of the mat and toes towards the bottom. Inhale deeply, stretch everything in either direction. And exhale, let it go. Take your right thumb and middle finger, grasp your left wrist, and tug your left wrist towards the right. Walk your feet towards the right of the mat. We're going to come into a banana. Left foot can rest atop the right ankle if it serves you. The whole left side body will have this delicious stretch. Breathe into it, every nook and cranny. And exhale, let it go. Enjoy it. One more deep, long stretch into the whole, every nook and cranny, into that left armpit, left, top of the left waist. Exhale, let it go. And cross your ankles, walk your feet back to center. Bring your hands back to center. Switch the clasp of your wrist. So left thumb and middle finger clasps the right wrist. Tug the right wrist towards the left. Notice the stretch of the armpit and the waist. Walk your feet towards the left side of the mat. Right foot picks up and lands atop the left ankle. Stretch your toes long, tug that right wrist towards the left. Inhale into every nook and cranny of this banana. And exhale, let it go. One more deep breath here. And exhale, let it go. Uncross your ankles, bring them back to center. Release your hands and bring them alongside your waist, palms open towards the sky. Allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat and just pause for a moment here. Pause and be present with all the delicious sensations coursing through your body. Notice as your heart slows down here. Pay attention to it for a moment and just listen. What is it telling you? What do perhaps you need more of or less of? Flip your palms over to face the earth, bend your knees, walk your heels towards your buttocks, readjust and untuck your shoulders if they're kinked at all. We're going to come into an easy bridge just to stretch out the back body. Ground into your feet with intention, into your palms with intention, into your forearms with intention. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Take your hands to the outer edges of your mat. Tug your mat towards your heels to lift up your chest. Lift your buttocks towards the sky. Knees connect virtually, as we say. Inhale, reach up as high as you can. Exhale, keep reaching. One more deep breath here. Fill up the nooks and crannies in your chest. Especially send love and breath to the spot behind the heart, hanging freely here with gravity. And exhale, release your hands and slowly lower everything down, inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter. Untuck your shoulders. Move with kindness and tenderness until your hips land on the earth. Draw your knees into your chest here. Give them a hug. Rock side to side on your sacrum. Enjoy it. It's a nice self-massage. Who needs the spa? Take your hands to the outer edge of your feet and come into happy baby. Have fun with this one. Ankles flat, soles of the feet reach towards the sky. Rock with tenderness and happiness on the sacrum. You can press your knees into the earth if that serves you and feels better. If this feels like a lot, just keep it light. No effort is better or worse than the other. Bring the soles of your feet together. Press your heels in towards your groin. Hands can come to the ankles. Deep breath into that groin space, filling it up with kindness. Exhale, let it go. Release your hands from your ankles and slowly lower your feet towards the earth. Soles of the feet stay together, knees apart. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana or reclining butterfly. If this is intense on your inner thighs, wiggle your feet farther towards the front of the mat, or if you have blocks or pillows, you can tuck them under your knees. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And pause here. Connect once again with that heart space underneath your hand. Notice your heartbeat, if you can feel it. You may notice your heartbeat under your belly as well. Take your hands to the outer edges of your thighs. Gently draw your knees together. For a quick moment, bring your knees together, feet to the outer edge of the mat. Raise your arms up above your head in an easy cactus shape and allow your knees to fall to the right into an easy twist. Just releasing the back and any final kinks before we land in Shavasana. Inhale, bring your knees back to center, feet still on the outer edge of the mat, and exhale, let them fall to the left. Also just a quick release here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop them to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Inhale your knees back to center. Exhale, stretch your legs long in front of you. And allow your feet to fall loosely towards the outer edge of the mat. Bring your hands once again to your sides. Untuck your shoulders. With intention, flip your palms open towards the sky about 6 inches from your waist. Landing easily into Shavasana, final resting pose. A pose to nourish, restore, heal, and most of all, to enjoy, where there is nothing to do, no worries, no work on yourself, just a moment to just be and enjoy the deliciousness of full relaxation. The culmination of a perfect date with yourself. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a long, deep, sweet inhale. Stretch your arms and fingers long in one direction, toes in the other. Exhale and let everything go. Draw your knees tenderly into your chest and roll over to one side. And pause for a moment. To live in a magical way, one in which you connect with the universe, loving yourself is not optional. It comes first. To hear the quiet voice of your heart, so you know when you're being led. To hear your thoughts, so you can see what you really believe. To trust and open your heart, you must first experience love for yourself. Press into your hands and slowly come back up to a seat where we began. Ground your sit bones into the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward. Reach the crown of your head tall towards the sky and drop your shoulders with intention. Bring your left hand to your heart. Place your right hand atop. Close your eyes and send yourself a tiny bit more nourishment, love, and compassion. Thank yourself for a beautiful and fun date with yourself on your mat today. Notice how much fun it is and how good it can feel to be with yourself. And realize that that is available to you anytime. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Connect with your heart space. Elbows out wide. Deep, long inhale. And exhale. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. I hope you all have a beautiful week, enjoying yourself and having a little bit more fun, noticing and considering what love would do. Love for yourself first. From that space, we have so much more to share and so much more love to give to the world and everyone else. The light in me honors and reflects the light in each and every one of you. Have a beautiful week. Namaste.